All right, now change my name. I'm gonna look for Lydia. I don't see her yet. All right. Waiting for Lydia to hop on. Make sure she's not trying to message me because somebody had issues last time. Let me know how your August is going. We are just finished that first week of August. Drop in the chat. How's your August going? What are your goals for this month? Let's kind of see where you're at. As I try to find Lydia. Posting every day. I love that. Yes, it's creating a habit. When you create a habit, you continue, and it's easier, every day to continue to do so. Oh, there's Lydia. All right. Okay, Lydia, I made you a co-host. See if you can unmute yourself and we'll check the audio.
Okay, can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, just want to make sure. My kid has had this computer, so I'm like, he's been doing all this college stuff and he's stealing all my stuff. He's using all my stuff to do his
These kids.
Yes.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and just get started. We're so excited you're here. I'm excited for you to hear from Lydia today. I don't think she spoke on here in a while, so I'm really excited for you to meet her, get to know her. She is super awesome, full of spunk. She's slightly an overthinker, and we say, a hot mess, but man, it's worked out well for her. So Lydia, why don't you just go ahead and introduce yourself? Tell us, how did this Thrive thing get started for you? Walk us through that journey.
Okay. And you could not be more spot on. Yeah, so those that know me well know that I overthink. So even when I saw this product, I overthought. And it was actually Mitzi Driver that shared this with me. I was curious about it with her sharing on Facebook back in 2014. And during that time, I was exhausted, tired mom. I'm a mom of 3, 2 of them are twins. My husband travels in the oil industry. So a lot of times I played the quote single mom at home because he was always gone with 3 kids. And I just truly never recovered after having twins. Like they were 5 and I still felt like they were babies. Physically, the way I slept, the way I functioned, everything. I was living on Red Bulls. I was up to about 3 a day at that point. That was my vice. I was never really a coffee drinker, but I definitely drank a lot of those. I was buying them in bulk from Sam's Club. And so I was kind of desperate for a change. So when Mitzi shared that, I kind of thought, nope, I'm not going to buy a month, but I'll buy a sample because I didn't think it would work. So I did. I PayPal'd her $25 and she sent one in the mail. And mind you, y'all, like we're best friends from college. I paid my best friend $25 for that 3-day sample. And this was in 2014. So don't underestimate what you have in your hands. I paid for it. By the second day, I'm like, where do I get this? I went ahead and did by the month. And I was kind of kicking myself because what happened? You're waiting for shipping, right? We didn't have as much shipping back then as we do now. So you waited longer for your product. I knew nobody in Houston that thrived. So I was without it a day and I was back to my old grouchy self. So with that said, the rest is kind of history. I fell in love with the product within that 3 days. I was not needing my Red Bull that was sitting in the fridge and I was floored. I'm like, if that's all that this product does for me is give me energy, I'm in. I had no idea all the benefits that it was. I didn't even know what it was really. So I did decide to click promoter a few days later, and which kind of messed up Mitzi's VIP bonuses. Y'all know how those work. But anyway, she was like, Lydia, why didn't you tell me? And I'm like, girl, what? It's free. I'm gonna go ahead and promote. Like I have nothing to lose. So anyway, that's kind of how it started. Amber, like I just fell in love and just didn't overthink it. I think the light bulb went off when I realized that this was a free business model, and every other thing I looked at, whether it be vitamins, candles, like whatever, you have to pay to be a part of it, even as a customer. And so that really was interesting to me. And one of the first calls back then ever got on was Paul Gravett. And he said, if you have to pay to share a product with your friends, like why should you have to pay to share products with your friends if it works? And that really made me think. And that's always stuck with me over the 10 years I've been thriving. And it's true. I mean, so anyway, that I guess kind of jumped in and didn't really know what I was doing, but here I am.
Well, and I love that because so many of us didn't know what we were doing. We didn't come from another company background. We just fell in love with the product and we said, oh my gosh, I know a ton of people that need this and deserve to feel like this. And we've just ran with that ever since. I know some of your personal, sorry, my phone just rang. Some of your personal promoters came from people that you knew in real life, another twin mama thing, none of them were business builders or starting in that sense. So I love that that's how we've grown this business. And that's how your business grew, from the get-go. Share with us, because you also have the story of the little engine that could like it is like, that is you. It wasn't, nothing happened super quickly. But you've continued. So talk to us about that consistency and when you hit like 12K and things like that.
So yeah, you cannot be more right. When I've heard before over the years is like, oh, those that got on the beginning are the ones that hit it quick. And I'm like, nope. I was May of 2014. I probably joined a month after Amber, probably after Mitzi, and it took me 8 months to hit 12K. I teeter-tottered around 8K forever, just kind of felt stuck. I hate using that word, but it was true because I was doing what everybody else was doing. I was sharing, I was consistent. I look back in my memories and it's proof to the pudding. They're there all the way back every month, every day. And I look at that constantly, but I just wasn't growing as fast. Now, one thing I did realize, and I remind myself to this day, and I'll share more of what I'm doing now to try to help this situation, but is I found that when I went to my first local here, Maria actually came, and like I said, nobody in here was really thriving. There was people that came in from the roundabouts, I guess you would call it. I live right near the Woodlands, so I went to a local there. I had no idea who Maria Dillard was. I didn't know who Susan Kaufman, or her maiden name's Kaufman, I forget her new name. Anyway, she was Kaufman at the time. That was a long time ago. And I went to this local by myself because I couldn't get anybody to go with me. I didn't even have thriving with me at the time. And after I met with Maria, we ate, like everyone's hanging out, and she was like trying to get to know me and, hey, where are you in your business and this and that. And the one thing that stuck with me is I said, well, gosh, I just can't get to 12K. It seems like those that are thriving with me just don't really want to do this, or the ones that I'm trying to get thriving with me just don't want to do it. Like they're not ready to go. And she goes, well, then you just have to find the ones that do. And it just clicked. At that moment, I thought, who else am I sharing with besides the same dadgum circle? And at that point is when I really tried to think outside that circle, and I have been ever since. Now I'm here to tell you, no, it's not easy. You just need to find one, but to find that one that's going to change your business is not going to be quick. And sometimes you think you found the one and then they decide to leave, because that's happened to me too. Things were going great, and then so 2020 we took a hit with that. So don't sit here and think like this is only happening to me. I got to here and now I'm here. My rank has fallen. These people are leaving. What's happening? focus on the ones that are there still with you. And I know it's hard. I've been there. I'm still walking the little engine that could. So it did take me 8 months to get 12K, another year to hit 40, another year to hit 80, and another year to hit 200K. And then still maintaining 200K has been a challenge. I had people leave, that whole thing that happens. And even though I'm still being consistent, still sharing, still putting it out there, people know I'm thriving. It's in my stories every day. I'm still looking for the one, right? So don't think that, I've been here 4 years, or I've been here a year, or I've been here 8 years. Guys, I've been here 10 years, okay? And I'm still trying to get to my big goal. I'm still trying to go there. And if you need a refresh with this product and what it did for you and why you're here, go do detox. Because I just came off it and my kids today are like, girl, like I am dancing, I am sweeping, I am cleaning. And even my 17-year-old came out and he's like, wow, Mom, you're in a really good mood today. And I am. Like, I've done detox 3 times, and this time, whoa, game changer. Okay. So I'm just saying, like, that's kind of my journey there, to not get in all the nitty gritty, but yes, it's been a challenge. Like Amber said, little engine that could. I'm still that little engine trying to climb the mountain, because I got up there and then I fell back, and then I get up there and then I fall back, and it's like, oh my gosh, and I get so frustrated. But what I've tried to do is just rethink everything. Like, what am I doing? What can I do better? What can I change up? What can I do to attract other people that are like me, that are just tired, exhausted moms? Because we can share Thrive every day, but what are you doing to bring in those new people, those new eyes that are looking on your stuff? And that's what I'm currently trying to do, Amber, is like, I'm really in that zone of not, oh my gosh, how many sales can I make this month? What can I hit this rank? Like, I just took that out and thought, stop stressing about it. It will happen when it's supposed to happen, but you've got to keep sharing and doing what you know you can do to get out there. And that's kind of where I'm at. So does that help answer your question?
I have two things from that. Okay. So first of all, detox, guys, she is not kidding. If you feel like, my Thrive isn't working, or I'm struggling, or I'm not where I was, do the detox. Yes, it's 10 days without your Thrive. And so many of you are like, my Thrive's not working, but yet you're like, but I don't want to do the detox because I have to quit my Thrive. Hello. Like, that
was me. That's how I felt, Amber, because I'm 44. So I know a lot of women on here can relate to this. I've gone through some stuff. Okay. We can't make medical claims, but I'm just saying I've gone through some stuff, some imbalances, some things that I'm still dealing with. And so doing detox, was it freaking hard? Yes, but that's why before school started. My kids start tomorrow, and I made it a point to order it. So I knew when it came in that I committed. And like I said, I've done it 3 times. The first 2 times, there was some positive changes, absolutely. But I kind of found myself still kind of getting back in that rut a little bit. Now the 3rd time, I'm feeling it majorly today, like way more than ever before. And I think it's just the products. If you stick with it and stay consistent, play with it a little bit, figure out what works for you. You're going to figure out your jam, and, and figure out what's going on with you. If you feel like you're in a funk, there could be other things going on. Like, take care of yourself, figure that out, because I've been on a journey of that for almost 2 years.
Yeah, I'm currently, so I'm on day 1 of detox, and it's been a while since I've done one, because I'm like, I didn't feel it. At one point I was feeling like I needed it every 90 days. And then like this last time, I've been feeling good. Well, I noticed the last month or so, my cravings are back. Like, I'm gearing back. I'm grabbing more of this and more of that. And I'm having to use a lot more willpower versus just not craving it, So I was like, okay, it's time for a detox. And this morning I'm like, oh my gosh, what was I thinking? Because, it is hard. It's hard. The food for me isn't hard. Just make sure that you path, whatever, clean eating foods so that you have it on hand. But it's just the not having my capsules and my shake first thing in the morning. Like, that's hard. It's so hard. But you can get through it. You can do it. Day 11 is my favorite day.
If I can do it, anybody can do it, because when that first came out, I was like, Jason Camper, I can't, goodbye, I can't. And I was so stubborn, y'all. And finally I made myself do it. And then I hated myself for doing it until after it was over. It is hard when you depend on that every morning. And I'm just telling y'all, my kids are like, Mom, like I am on fire this morning.
I love it. I love it. And the key to detox, guys, is going to be after detox. The key to a successful detox is going to be, don't turn around on day 11 or 12 and go eat a cupcake. Like like slowly, the whole process is meant to slowly reintroduce the foods that you eliminated during detox. And you can tell if those foods aren't good for you. That was really what started for me. Then I would slowly reintroduce them. I'm like, that wasn't good for me, or I didn't like the taste of that, or, whatever. So listen to your body after detox. That's going to help you have a successful detox, and continue with drinking as much water as possible and all the things. But the other thing, Lydia, okay, now I totally see I'm detox day 1. Now I've already forgot what my second point of your talk was. But I know what it was. Okay. So reaching out to different people, expanding the network. I know, like you said, you kind of figured that out at one point, like, I was talking to the same people over and over and over again. And we get in that, right? It's easy to get in that too, because Facebook, if you're a Facebook person, or even Instagram now, it shows you the same people over and over if you're not going and purposely interacting with other people. So if you'll just go and click different names, make it a point to go click different names and go comment and go interact, then you're going to start seeing more people. Lydia, how are you creating new relationships? How are you creating new contacts?
So first of all, I'm going to say I am not a social guru, like a social media guru. Okay. I try to learn what's out there. I have overwhelmed myself at times thinking that, oh my gosh, if I'm on Instagram, it has to be like this, or no one's going to follow me, or I have to have this niche. And if I don't figure out my niche, so then what I found out is and I'm not saying that that's not correct in general, because there's major leaders that have talked about that. I get it. Okay. But for me personally, I had to figure out what's going to work for me, because when I started trying to think of niche and narrow down, I was so overwhelmed with this. My dog. No. I was so overwhelmed with all that. Y'all, he's a mess. And then he was crying at the door because he wanted in. Okay, sit down. I found myself overthinking everything I was doing. Everything. Should I post this or that? And I mean, I was just, and then it like froze me. So I thought, after a while, I thought, Lydia, just stop. Just be you. Just post what you love. Just post this. Just post that. Like, quit thinking about what all the big gurus say. Even if they're correct, you just do you, and the right people are going to follow you. And it took me a while to get to that point. Guys, I had been posting reels and videos for 2 freaking years. When Facebook just came out with reels, I went after it. The first day I was like, boom, post. And my first video on Facebook got over 1 million views. Did that change my following a whole ton? Not the first one. And I kept posting, and I kept posting, and I kept posting. I mean, you can go look and see all the videos I've posted over the years, from Instagram to Facebook, okay? I was doing it consistently. I was trying to teach myself how to do reels, even though they overwhelmed me when I first thought about it. I thought, oh, this is too complicated, but I just kept doing it. And with that said, that's the point. I kept doing it. Sometimes I'd get 10 views and I was like, I look freaking cute there. Like, what the heck's the problem? Like, that was a cute video, but like, y'all, it wasn't going. Okay. The point is, I kept doing it. I'm going to tell you something. When I started just really being me and sharing stuff like in like I'm a mom, I'm busy. I like to cook in my crock pot. I love my air fryer. I've got I'm a twin mom. When I started sharing these things that were more personal, like about me, not just about Thrive and what Thrive has done for me and mixing it up, it started changing. So about 2 weeks ago, this is crazy. I posted this same video over a year ago. It got nothing. I revamped it and redid it on a whim. I'm like, putting these in the crock pot. I'm just going to video this right now. Purposely, I had my Thrive in the background on my kitchen counter. Yes, I did. So they would see it, but I'm not talking about Thrive. I'm talking about these dumb burgers I'm putting in the crock pot. Okay. I mean, it was like, I didn't know that once I posted it, it was going to go ballistic. Y'all, it's gone ballistic. I've gained over 3,000 followers just on Facebook in 2 weeks, and it's still going. Now the haters are out. I mean, for everything, but I'm just saying, you're blocked. Like if you're going to come on here and be negative, I don't have time to mess with you. But that didn't even have anything to do about Thrive. That was me with a little simple hack that I do here and there to make my life easier. Yes, my kids can cook for themselves. Yes, they're teenagers. Yes, and yes. But we're also really busy. And sometimes mom just wants something simple that they can grab and eat. And I don't have to deal with trying to help them cook this or that. Like, just eat it, you know? And that's the kind of thing I shared. And it's gone crazy. So with that, I've also found if you're somebody that has made videos, maybe you stopped because you got overwhelmed. Maybe you weren't getting many views. So you were just like, forget it for a while. Go look at what's trending, because a lot of my videos that I've already done a year ago, now this sounds trending again. So I'm legit reusing and repurposing old videos, and they're getting more views. Not only am I posting on one platform with the video, I'm posting on 4. One bird, 4 stones. If you are not taking advantage, thinking, oh, I don't know if I want to be on YouTube because it's all the young kids. So what about when mama that wants to make burgers goes and Googles easy crock recipe, and guess what comes up? My video, okay? Don't forget that Google is something to every sinking day to find something. What are they going to find that you posted that leads them to you? So I post on YouTube Shorts. I post on TikTok. I post on Instagram, and I post on Facebook. The exact same video. I'm hitting platforms 4. So I make one video and it's out there everywhere. And then I'm gaining followers and different followers at different things, because now TikTok is starting to take off from the same stupid one. And it's going. Now, what am I doing? I'm going back and I'm interacting with these people. If they made a nice comment, I'm interacting with them. If they're asking, well, where's this or where's that? Or how'd you do that? I'm going and answering. Has this blown up my sales? No. But it's getting more people looking at what I'm doing. And that's what I want, because if they decide to thrive, I want them to go, oh, it's that girl that did the burgers, like, or whatever. I want them to come to me, not somebody else. And so that's what I mean, that's kind of been my thing right now, Amber, is I'm just getting it out there. And I got all my social media like hot and ready to go. I've got my links on every one of them. I have my little, whatever you use, Linktree, make milkshake or whatever the heck it's called. Put my links in there, that way, no matter what social media is, they can figure out where's her information, what is she doing, what is it? Just more eyes on you is how you're going to find that needle in a haystack that is actually going to do something with you. Have I had some people sign up free accounts and stuff from this? Have I had people look at other Thrive videos that I posted 3 months ago and make a comment? Yes, I have. And I've reached out to them. So is it bringing me new contacts? Yes. But y'all, they're not flooding in like a herd of cattle. Okay, that's where you have to be patient. Just because something takes off like that, you've got to keep going. So now what I'm doing is I'm like, okay, this stupid burger thing really brought people in. So maybe I need to start sharing a little bit more about what I'm doing behind the scenes with my kids. What am I going to cook that day? So I kind of came up with a thing personally that I'm going to do like a meal Monday, and maybe every Monday I share some kind of simple, easy recipe. I personally am starting to go gluten-free for health reasons. So maybe I'll start showing about how I'm cooking gluten-free, but using same recipes that I used to use with regular stuff, because my kids are regular cookies. Well, mama's not going to eat those anymore if I have a gluten-free. So, like things like that. And I'm just doing that, but I'm also mixing it up, like Funny Friday. Maybe Friday I'm sharing something funny that has nothing to do with Thrive. Okay. But then there's, Thrive Thursday, and maybe Thursdays I'm Thrive, and Transformation Tuesdays I'm sharing Thrive. But you better believe that every single freaking morning there is a Thrive in my stories first thing, almost before I even get out of bed. Because if they're looking at me and what I do and who is this girl, I want them to find something that has to do with Thrive. So I'm mixing it up on the forefront, but on the back burner, there's always going to be some Thrive stuff. And like I said, y'all, I've been doing videos a long time. I've been trying to do this for a while. I have posted this exact recipe before, and it went nowhere. I went and deleted it. I redid it, cleaned it up, made it better, reposted it. And some videos I'm just reposting, with the sound that's trending, with whatever's trending. And if you don't know how to look all that up, like go play around and look up trending sounds or whatever. Because as you start saving, so when I look through videos and things like that, I'm looking at it with a purpose, interacting, saving sounds, getting ideas of what I can do to share and do things. And that way I always have something to post. And I think that's part of like getting new people, is staying consistent, is doing the do every day, is showing up. And how can you ensure that you show up even when life is crazy and maybe it's hit you in the face that morning and you're just not feeling it? You've got all this stuff that you've saved from all this time that pops up in your memories every day. Old post that's on Instagram, you can scroll down, delete it, redo it with a different picture. Like, save all that stuff. So that's one thing that has really helped me. Is about a year ago, I went and just dug through a lot of things. And I started, if I come across something in my memories that I'm like, ooh, that was a good post. And it might have only gotten one like, but I liked the post. So I went ahead and just save it. I save it. I use the Boards app. That's what I like. I save it all in there so I can find it and have it organized. And I go and I always have a post, because I saved hundreds and hundreds and hundreds over, everything. So, and there's the Thrive app. There's so many things, y'all. You just have to, if you're not organized where you have somewhere to pull, like get organized, because that's going to help you do the interaction and things without feeling like you've got hours of work because you're just not organized and ready to rock it out. Like, you got to know, because it take time to make those videos and post and hit each platform? Heck yeah, it freaking does. But if you've got things saved and you've got things organized, and it took me a long time to get that way, okay, I've done it little by little and I'm still doing it. If I look at memories today and I find a post that I really liked, I copy and I paste it in Boards, and it's there, and I'll title it with whatever it was. Ooh, great sample, post with this. And that way I have stuff to use. Not only that, I can help my team and let them use some of it too. So that's kind of what I'm doing. And, going back and interacting with the comments. And if I'm not getting many comments, I just keep posting and, reaching out to people. And I do a lot of email. I know email seems old school, but guys, there's some people, all I have, because we didn't have phone numbers with Lavelle for a while in the cloud. I've got hundreds and thousands of people that just have emails. So I use Smore. I send out newsletters to my team. I don't depend to send out all the things. If I feel like, and I don't like bombard them with stuff, but I do if there's a big promo, if there's something I want to do personally, maybe I have promo codes sitting there and I'm 10 people could use a promo code. Maybe they haven't ordered in a while. Then I'm sending an email and making my own and reaching out to them that way. I don't know. Does that help, Amber?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So a couple of things on that. One, so Lydia has grown so much when she talks about putting out videos and things like that. Because one of my most favorite things and most frustrating things that she would say is if a new thing came out, or if we were talking about, oh, hey, go use this, she'd say, okay, well, let me figure that out first, Amber. And I'm like, no, just go do it. Like, just go post, just go do it. Okay, I got to figure this out first. And it would, but we've all done that. Okay. So I'm pointing that out because we've all done that. We think we have to know everything. And what do we tell our people that come in as a promoter? You don't have to know everything. You just have to get me on the phone. You just have to get me in a 3-way message. You just have to tell people, oh my gosh, you got to get this product in your body. You don't have to know everything. Like, it's the same with this, with growing your business. It's a little bit at a time. It's learning as you go. Babies don't know how to walk. They didn't know everything about walking. They just started walking, and then they started running, and now they back talk and all the things. Like, they didn't go like look that up and figure out how to do it. They just did it. And I think that's what we forget in life. As we keep going, we just learn as we go and we figure it out. Lydia, also I wanted to talk about, so emails, the people coming in, all the different things. Like, these are things that you have figured out as you went. Like, we didn't just know how to do all this right off the bat, And so if somebody is coming in, they're brand new, or maybe they're 6 months in and they're like, just what would your advice to them be?
If they're just coming in,
like, they're 6 months, within 6 months.
First of all, get yourself organized. That was one thing I highly regret. It took me a long time to backtrack over hundreds of names and get them into an email or their number, get them into whatever text thing, or even just saved in my phone, or however, before Thrive Connect. And I'm still trying to figure that one out. But, like, because it took me a long time to like get all that, and it overwhelmed me to the point that it would freeze me, because I would be so overwhelmed about reaching all these people that I need to be following up with. And so yes, do that, like make it a point. If you focus on 10 people a day and you're getting those 10 people put in a spreadsheet or something, so you can save and put it into S'more or whatever. If I can do any of this technical stuff, anybody can, because I'm not techie. I'm not a techie girl. I'm not a guru with all that stuff. I've just kind of played with it and made myself learn how to do it, because I knew for the sake of my business, I had to get organized. I also would say, like, and these are just simple things, but like hard copy. If Facebook goes down tomorrow, if Instagram goes down tomorrow, do you have everybody in your cloud office somewhere? Because if you don't, guys, that's scary. Do not depend on freaking social media in the world we're in to connect you with your people. You better have that stuff saved somewhere. And that's one reason I have a hard copy. That's one reason I have numbers that I can say as soon as I have a new customer sign up. If they're random and didn't leave a number, I'm saving their email into S'more. I'm making sure I add it to my list, like things like that. So that way I have a hard copy, because Facebook has let us down before. So that's one thing I'd highly recommend. It took me a long time before I decided I needed to do that. And honestly, it was back that Facebook just quit working that one time. And it was then that I was like, oh crap, I better download everything. So now, you can go on Facebook and download stuff. The other thing I would say is just get out there and start sharing. And if you need help with what to say and what to do, that's what your upline is there for. See what other people are doing that are successful. Find those people that you just connect with, whether they're on your team or not. And maybe there's one or two. Don't follow all the Thrivers, because then that's all your Facebook's going to be, or all Instagram's going to be. But find those people that you just feel like, man, I like her. We just relate. We're a lot alike, whatever. And feed off that. Get ideas. Even other people that are not Thrivers, get their ideas and make them your own. Start talking to people. Wear the patch where people can see it. Do we get lazy and we go out and maybe your patch is not where people can see it? Like today, look, like my sleeve is kind of short. Like I probably should have moved my patch down, like when you go to the schools with your kids, I mean, school's fixing to start, y'all. Those mamas are tired, okay? And don't feel like Thrive is everywhere, because it's not. I've been thriving 10 years and I still feel like I'm the only one in the parking lot that has anything to do with Lavelle out of thousands of parents. Those little things that you do matter. Wearing your patch where you can see it, staying consistent to post on Facebook every day and putting it out there. What you put on your car matters. Y'all, I have an LV logo on the side of my Lexus, and I have not added, this is bad, but I've not added my link yet. Okay, and now I'm about due to get another car, and so I'm like, crap, Lynn, you're an epic fail. The girl down the street one day was walking back from the bus from her kids, and she goes, girl, I love that LV on your car. That's what she said. She goes, my first boyfriend bought me a Louis Vuitton and I just love it. Y'all, she thought LV was Louis Vuitton. Okay. And at that point I thought, Lynn, and I just laughed and I was like, I don't even know what to say to this. I thought, all right, Lynn, you need to be better about what's on your car. If you're going to put it on there, make sure they know what it is. Don't just assume that logo, that they know what that means. She thought it was Louis Vuitton, that I was shouting out Louis Vuitton in my car. Like, wow. So those little things matter as far as people being interested in what you're doing. I don't even know her, okay? And she saw that. Well, if I had more on there, would she be more likely to check it out? Maybe so. Gosh, Amber, I don't know. I'm thinking. I think it's really just making the decision that you're going to get out there and do it. You're not going to worry about what other people think, because they don't pay your bills. They're not the ones that are going to help you if your husband gets laid off. Or is out of work or is furloughed. Guys, I've been through all that. My husband's oil and gas, and he still is. And guess what? Oil and gas is still a freaking struggle, okay? If it wasn't for this business, there would be times that I don't know if we could have paid our house note. I'm just gonna be real with y'all. Like, it has been hard at times, and this business has saved me. Do not underestimate a $4,000 business a month or a $12,000 a month business. That extra money each month can help those people that are looking for something right now. There is people looking for extra income right now. What are you doing to make sure you get it out there? They're looking for something to do, and they don't have money to invest because.
Uh-oh, I think you just froze. Is it her or is it me? Oh, Lydia, you're frozen. And I know her, she's still talking. Oh, Lydia. Oh man. Hopefully we can get her back. Oh, there she is.
It just
okay.
You can ask Mitzi right now, like, that's the person I go to. I don't know where
Lydia, hold on. You froze and then somehow you muted. So back up.
Okay. Where was I at?
Something about when people end up it's in a place like having to pay the bills and that they're struggling.
Yes. So don't underestimate that little bit that this business can make a difference for people, because it can right now, and a lot of people are looking for stuff. They think they don't want to do direct sales because they don't want to have to pay for a lot of stuff, and we're different here. So how are you going to let people know that it's different here? I mean, shout it from the rooftops about this business. Make yourself a point. Like, these days a week, I'm going to make sure that I talk about the business to mix it in with other things I'm doing. One thing that I still do is, I guess y'all didn't hear this part, I still get people on the phone, y'all. And I know
oh my gosh, poor Lydia and her signal. So, okay, I'm just going to talk while she's frozen. Yes, three-way connection, getting people on the phone. On the phone is ideally the best, but doing messenger so you have voice if that's the only option. Okay, I don't know when she's going to unfreeze. All right. So we may wrap this up. One, I love hearing from Lydia. I hope y'all took notes. I hope that encourages you to not be intimidated by other people's quick success. There are going to be people that it just takes longer. You just have to find that right next person. It's really kind of similar to Jason Camper when he talks about the power of one. And he talks about how when he was in this business, as a promoter, as a distributor, that he could not get people to do this. You know, he couldn't get people to do what he was doing. And then all of a sudden, one of his friends finally said yes, but it wasn't his friend. It was his friend's friend. And that friend took off and launched his business. So guys, that is what you remember, is that there's Lydia, she's back. But what you remember is not everybody just automatically becomes successful. This doesn't just automatically happen, you know. Lydia, now you're on there twice. Okay, there you are. So that is one thing, is to stay consistent, keep going. You know, some people do the like couch to marathon, whatever, and some of them do it very quickly, and some of them it takes a while to get up to that point. So that's the same with this business. The more consistent you are, the more that you don't lie to yourself and you actually put in the time to grow, the more you're going to see the results of being consistent. And then sometimes it's just going to take longer, and that's totally okay. All right, Lydia. So I know
I got my phone now because I'm like, what is going on?
You were talking about getting people on the phone, and I just kind of went from there and just summed up everything. But if you have any last minute tricks, tips, advice, we'll wrap with that.
I think really, guys, there's no secret sauce to this business, or I would have found it already. In 10 years, still trying to, get to where I want to be. Just know, first of all, you're not alone. These businesses, it's easy to do, but it's not easy to get where you want to get. Okay. Not everyone joins this and just shoots up, to, millionaire or whatever. And I'm that girl. So just because you've been here a while, you're feeling frustrated, whatever, just get back to those basics. Get back to, you love Thrive. You want to share this product. You love this business. Because even when I felt frustrated, I still have always loved this business and loved this product. Just because I love it doesn't mean I don't get frustrated with it. It's like your kids, you still get frustrated because they don't do what you want them to do. It's the same thing. You got to stick with it, because if you don't, you're never going to get there. And I know that's cliche and you hear that all the time, but it's just how it is. So try not to compare. I find myself in that all the time. Why is it like that for them, but it's not like that for me? I've been here just as long. That's been something that I've struggled with for a very, very long time, and I have to get it out. Stop overthinking it. Just put your stuff out there. If you're somebody that just doesn't feel comfortable doing videos, then don't do videos. But just know that the decisions you make about your business and what you're willing to share and not, and how much you're willing to get out of your comfort zone, that's where the growth is going to happen. Because let it be known that right now, in the time we're in, that's what people are looking at. Y'all, my most recent sampler found me from the burger video, saw another video of mine about Thrive, and thought, she goes, and literally she said to Mitzi over the phone, I wanted to be like that girl. Like, she was happy and felt good. Like, I wanted that. And so she wanted to sample. Okay. So that whereas my newest sampler came from. So if you're not utilizing all that's there for you to grow your business, you're missing a big piece of people that would join you. So get out of your comfort zone and do the things you're uncomfortable doing. Post the video that you feel dumb in, because chances are the video that you feel is dumb or silly, that's the one that people are going to gravitate to and relate to. So, if you look when I first started videos to now, drastic change. Some of them I'm like, ew, that was bad. But, I just did it anyway. So go do the thing you're scared of doing, because the only way you're going to get good at it is if you do it. So if there's something right now that you're afraid to do, you haven't done to grow your business, but you need to, it's in there, it's telling you, getting organized, doing things that you haven't done before,
go do it, because that change is what is going to help you propel you to the next level in your business. But you gotta, for people to join you, they got to know what you're doing. They got to see your face. They've got to relate to you. They've got to know who you are. So if you're not utilizing, I mean, in my opinion, if you're not utilizing all the aspects of social media that are out there, you're making a big mistake. And that's just my personal feeling. Like, even though a lot of young kids use YouTube, I'm still posting there, and I have a Thrive with Lid page. So don't overthink that. Just go post it. Because if all these other people can get all these followers doing all this silly random stuff, there is no reason that you can't. Okay, period. If you're too scared to do that, then just start with one here and there and play with it and let yourself learn how to do it. But don't overthink the post. Just post it. Like, just be you, because that is what people are going to relate to. And just because you get 3,000 followers in 2 weeks doesn't mean you're going to get 3,000 new thrivers. Now my goal is, how can I like turn some of these followers into thrivers? I gotta keep going. I gotta keep putting out there what they're kind of interested in and get Thrive in there with it. So when I make a video, I'm purposely have Thrive in the background, even if I'm not talking about it. That's on purpose. Okay. So think about those little things, because now that video is being shared. And if they're curious what Thrive is, they're going to go click on my name probably and go look at what Thrive is, because maybe they've never seen it. And just remember that just because you think everybody has seen Thrive, they have not. I still get asked what this patch is. What is that? So if you're thinking everybody knows about it, then you're not talking to enough people, and you need to get out of your own way and get out there and start posting to people and start making posts and talking to people, especially with school starting. Get out there and do the things, because people need what we have. It's a matter of you being willing to stick with it to find the right people that are meant to join. And it can take years. And I hate to say that. I wish that wasn't true, but it is. It is. So I don't know what else I can say, Amber. There's no
That's it. That's perfect. Thank you so much. I appreciate you and love you dearly. I'm so excited. I hope y'all took notes. Go back. If you jumped on late, we'll get the recording out shortly. Just do. Just go do it. Get uncomfortable and go do it. We're wrapping up. It's about 14 minutes till payday. So, make those compliant payday posts. You notice I always say compliant. Make those posts, even if it's only, a small amount. Maybe you just, hey, like, I'm super excited that I get paid every Tuesday. People don't have to know what you make, and we can't actually say what we make on social media. So, just say, I'm so glad and excited when I get this email every Tuesday. Don't overthink what to say. Mm-hmm. Thanks so much, Lydia. Thank you, everybody, for jumping on.
Thank you. Bye.